This is our last chance. This is the fall of Elenin for two reasons. First, and of only minor importance, those who have taken legitimate concern to the brink of insanity should realize that the more ludicrous Elenin theories have fallen. For many, especially those who have been with this channel, Elenin represented a threat to you. We've seen it for months. It's a point we tried tirelessly to erode without putting up a wall to the coincidences. So in that regard, we have witnessed the fall of Elenin. The second reason takes a different meaning, the one upon which we hope to elaborate now. We have passed equinox, and for those in the northern hemisphere, the fall has begun. Let this fall forever be known as the fall of Elenin. Not because the comet is or ever was any threat, and not that some great devastation will take place this fall, although that is certainly possible. To those who share our point of view, Elenin was always a signal, a warning, or a distraction. We believe the signal is not to prepare and then sit on your hands and wait for something to happen. The true extinction level event is our nonfeasance, our inability to recognize our place in history, and our unwillingness to understand the true threats to humanity. Now the weather in the US grows colder, and the leaderless group of freedom fighters on Wall Street appear aimless other than their call for justice and change. How long do you think they will last? Will this puff out like a candle in the wind or spread with reckless abandon through the hearts and minds of the Western world? What will you do to help it one way or the other? Somehow we fear that people in the streets alone will not be enough. So what's next? How do we take advantage of the fall of Elenin so that it is not remembered as the time when we stood idly by as our destiny faded away? Well, before we attempt to make this fall memorable for the right reasons, we must first understand our strengths, which is our recognition of injustice and our ability to share ideas, and also where we are currently without control and must await the unveiling of our new playing field. What new playing field? In case you forgot, the Super Congress is still charged with implementing what essentially amounts to austerity measures in the United States. If you saw the trader on BBC saying the crash is imminent, you know that they might have their stage pulled out from under them. We could have a quake, a mega tsunami, or God forbid a supervolcano any day. That would certainly change the playing field. And while some Elenin concern is overblown to the 10th degree, the worry about our star is legitimate. Despite the human lie factory David Morrison claiming that the upcoming solar maximum will be mild, everyone else, including those at NASA, are putting out facially benign reports and projections that are clear warnings to anyone who knows how to read the news, listen to the authorities, or understand the construct of how information is disseminated into society. PhysOrg has said that this is a 9,000-year cycle, and the Rosicrucians believe there is a similar, slightly longer cycle. For more on that, look into the Rosicrucian connection to the Georgia Guidestones. Now, in consideration of the fact that we have absolutely no idea what type of world our future will present to us, we technically cannot yet know how to grab a hold of this fall of Elenin and make it our own. What we can do is begin discussing ideas about rebuilding or restructuring society. Now, there are numerous forums for such a discussion, but here on this channel, where thankfully we are not so popular as to make discourse unwieldy, we have the uncommon luxury of being among somewhat like-minded people who tend to be civil, even in dissent. So, with that being said, let's have our own little discussion here. Doesn't matter which future you talk about, what your ideas about handling it are, you know we don't censor or remove comments, so you will be heard. Can't wait to see what you guys come up with. I know we got some real smart viewers. Be safe, everyone.
Something's happening in our world. The way things have been is not the way that they will be.